All right, so third video on 11A, we're going to be changing the order of addition and subtraction. So I'm going to put here 11A, number 3. A plus B and B plus A are the same. Commutative property and addition, it doesn't matter the order. So it doesn't matter if you have 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, they have the same value. However, A minus B and B minus A are opposites. So if I have a 5 minus 3 and a 3 minus 5, 5 minus 3 is 2, and 3 minus 5 is negative 2. So we say that A minus B is equal to the negative of B minus A, and we can substitute one for the other. So show, example 5, show the property of subtraction described above. So if I start off with A minus B, and I take the negative of it, so I'm going to multiply it by negative 1, that's going to give me, when I distribute, negative A, and negative times negative is a plus B. So negative A plus B, I can switch their order and put the B in the front and the minus A in the back, and I end up with that B minus A. So B minus A and A minus B are negatives of each other. All right, so we're going to use that when we do our simplifying. Here I have 3x plus 6. So again, you see I have just one factor in the numerator denominator so far. So I need to, and they're not the same. So I'm going to factor out a 3, and that gives me x plus 2. When I factor out in the second part of it, 5, that's going to leave me with 2 plus x. But we know that x plus 2 and 2 plus x, with addition, those are the same thing, so those will cancel each other. They're the same, and our answer is going to be 3/5. B, again, let's do that. That's 4 times A plus 1 over 7 times 1 plus A when I factor it out. And again, A plus 1 and 1 plus A are the same thing, so those are the same thing and will cancel and leave me with 4/7. C, I'll factor out a C here, and that leaves me with 2 plus C, and then I'll take out a C squared, and that leaves me with C plus 2. All right, now I have several things to cancel. My 2 plus C and C plus 2 are the same, so those cancel to be 1. Big 1 right there. There's a 1. And then my C over C squared, one of those is going to cancel. And that leaves me with a C in the denominator. Now, I can't just leave it written like that, and I can't simplify it to a C because it's in the denominator. So to show that, I've got to put that 1 up there in the numerator. And my answer then is going to be 1 over C. So make sure that you know that at the C, if your one thing is left in the denominator, you need to put a 1 in the numerator to show that you've got the denominator C left over. D, I'm going to factor out an M, and that's going to leave me with 6 minus M. And in the denominator, oh, it's a difference of squares, so it's M minus 6 and M plus 6. Now, as we cancel these, you need to think, and you need to realize that M minus 6 and M plus 6 are different. However, here, these are almost the same thing. So remember that M minus 6 is like the negative of 6 minus M. So I will go ahead and write this as negative 1 times 6 minus M. So now, the 6 minus M's will cancel. I'm left with a negative 1, an M, and an M plus 6. So I'm going to put the negative 1 into the numerator and get negative M over M plus 6. So remember that it does not matter where that negative goes. It can kind of go in the middle here. You probably don't want to put it in the numerator and the denominator, but you could put it either of those two places, like that. E, I've got to factor out an A here and get A minus B. And in the denominator is the difference of squares. So B minus A and B plus A. So again, those are negatives of each other. So this is really up here. I've got an A, then I've got the -1 times B minus A over B minus A and B plus A. So the B minus A's cancel. They're exactly the same. And I'm left with -A over, and I'm going to write this as A plus B. I usually write things alphabetical. Now, I showed this middle step here. You don't really need to do this. You could go straight from here, and you just have to know that you get, when you do that, when you cancel A minus B and B minus A, you get a -1 for that. And then finally, example F there, kind of make a line right there. I can factor out a 3, and I'm left with 2 minus x. The denominator, AC method, got a 2 and a 1. Needs to be -2 plus 1. And there's my x and x. So I know then that x minus 2 and 2 minus x are the negatives of each other. So they're going to cancel to be -1. So I end up with -3 over x plus 1. And is that the last one? I believe that it is. So we are done.